Betty Brant. Oh, Peter, nobody could sprain his arm playing volleyball. What really happened? Peter Parker. Okay, I'll tell you the truth. It happened in the air while I was fighting the vulture for dear life. Betty Brant. Oh, well, ask a silly question. Peter Parker. So let's stick to the volleyball story, okay? Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 1, Issue 7, The Return of the Vulture. Following his defeat at the hands of Spider-Man, the Vulture has been spending his time in prison, secretly smuggling parts from the prison machine shop into his cell so that he can recreate his flying technology. This time correcting the flaw which caused his defeat last time. Perfecting the device, the Vulture breaks out of prison. When Peter Parker hears about this breakout, he goes after the Vulture as Spider-Man. I've got to get closer. My anti-magnetic inverter only works at short range. So we meet again, Spider-Man. Spider-Man doesn't suspect that his anti-magnetic device, which defeated me before, will not work this time. Therefore, he will allow me to get close to him, which is what I want to do. He's flying straight towards me. Perfect. This will be our final encounter, you young fool. I'm glad I brought my camera too. What a picture this will make. Jameson ought to pay me a fortune. I'll snap him just as my inverter makes the spiral to the ground. Now, it worked. I'm almost disappointed it was too easy. I'll pretend to be falling. He's sure to follow me down. He's descending totally unprepared for my next move. Oh, what a beautiful revenge this will be for the Vulture. Did I see a smile as he started to fall? It must be my imagination. Perfect. He can't travel as quickly as I. He has to descend ledge by ledge, and now while he's on the ledge above, he can't see me. He doesn't realize I'm swooping up to him again. My spider sense is starting to tingle, but why? The Vulture must be a prisoner on the ground by now. There can't be any danger here. If I timed it right, he should be just reaching the edge of the parapet. Ah! Surprise, Spider-Man. Even you cannot ward off a double uppercut while you're completely off balance. Momentarily stunned by the force and total unexpectedness of the Vulture's attack, Spider-Man is helpless before his powerful foes continue onslaught. This time, the victory is mine. You never suspected I had improved my wings so that they could change magnetic poles instantly, nullifying your useless inverter. So that's what, oof. Happy landing, Spider-Man. Got to shoot my web fast on the building break, my fall. Missed. Must try again, falling too fast, too far. Can't do it. Fell short, no time for another try. Got to spin around in air to slowly my rate descent. Must break fall. Will take all my spider strength. Spin, keep spinning, keep, oof. Spider-Man is finished. My revenge is complete. Now the Vulture is supreme. Ow, my arm must have landed on it. Feels like it's broken. That night. Please stop worrying, Mrs. Parker. I assure you it's only a sprain. Although it is painful one, your nephew's arm will be fine in a few weeks. A few weeks, the Vulture won't wait that long. Oh, well, I'll worry about the Vulture when the time comes. Right now, my biggest problem is Aunt May. You're sure he shouldn't go to the hospital, doctor? Positive, Miss Parker. Now promise you won't play those dangerous volleyball games in the schoolyard anymore, dear. Not for the next week, Aunt May. Oh, come on, Mr. Jameson. Nobody's taken a close-up like this before. Well, all right, I'll pay $12.50. Better save your dough, sucker. You're gonna need it. Greetings, Jameson. If you'll pay for a mere photo of me, what will you give for the Vulture in the flesh? The Vulture? Holy cow, it's him. I'll tell you what, I'll set the price myself. So open your safe and empty it out for me. No, no, you can't rob my payroll. You mustn't. It's all I've got. It would have put me out of business. Shut up. I'm not interested in your troubles. Now do as I say or else. And stop blubbering like a coward. Have you no conscience, no feelings? You're as bad as Spider-Man. Bite your tongue, JJ. I've spent years building up this business. It means everything to me. You can't. Oh, I can't? The Vulture can do anything as you about to learn. Jameson is such a skinflint. He'll probably rather get shot than part with his dough. I'll have to slip out now and try to save him, whether he likes it or not. Look, maybe we can make a deal. I can give you publicity. All I want is your money, mister. Your money. All right, Vulture. Playtime is over. Here's where we separate the men from the boys. Spider-Man, you're still alive. Well, you won't stay that way for long. Even you can be stopped by a bullet. Maybe so, but first you got to be able to fire the bullet. Bah! Guns aren't my style anyway. What does the mighty Vulture need a weapon for? I've got my wings. You'll have a harp too by the time I get through with you. Ow. He's using Jameson as a shield. I can't let go with a good punch. Oof. Spider-Man, look out, you fool. I'll be hurt. Let me go. That stopped him long enough for me to break out of here. I can't fight as well as close quarters. I need room, space to use my wings to their best advantage. What? What's going on? You stay here, Jameson, for now. It's a private battle between the Vulture and me. No, you two will wreck the place. Let him go. Leave him to the police. There isn't time. If he gets a chance to fly off, we may never trap him again. Oop, get to the side of the road, gal. This must all be a bad dream. Police! Someone call the police. Those two maniacs must be stopped. Miss Brant, where in the blazes are you? Here, Mr. Jameson, where it's safe. He's trying to find a window he can fly through. I've got to stop him. I warn you, Spider-Man, stay out of my way while you still can. Mister, I thrive on warnings. In fact, someday I'm going to write an article for the Reader's Digest titled, The Most Unforgettable Warning I've Ever Known. Very funny. Get down from here. Ha! You missed by a mile. My ledgers, my files. Look what you're doing. Oh, go slide down a barbed wire fence. Can't make it to the window up there. I'll try a lower floor. Spider-Man can never defeat me. If I ever catch that masked menace, I'll sue him for all he's worth. I'll put him in jail for life. I'll make him pay for this. This isn't exactly flying, but it'll serve my purpose. Who's chasing you? The place is haunted. This is more like it. I'm in the press room. I have enough flying space again. I'll destroy Spider-Man forever now. If he's a fool enough to follow me here, I had a hunch the Vulture would land down here. The odds are all in his favor now, but that never stopped me before. He doesn't see me yet, so here goes nothing. Hey, what? It's you again. Well, it sure isn't the Lone Ranger. Don't expect me so soon, did you? You just made your last fatal mistake, Spider-Man. I'll shake you off like a dog shakes a flea. I think your modesty is what I like best about you. Let's see if a wise crack will help you once you're falling into those big press rollers. I've got to keep ribbing him. My only chance is to make him so angry that he won't notice my injured arm. Suddenly, the agile Vulture changes direction and zooms up to the ceiling with a telling effect. Ow, my arm. Pain is too great. Can't hold on. Ha! I caught you off guard. If I hit those giant rollers, I'm done. My web has to save me now. This time there'll be no second chance. Made it. Now to descend slowly. Oh no, the Vulture's cutting my life-saving strand. I had a hunch you'd try that, Spider-Man, but while dangling above the colorful teenager has time enough to estimate the distance, and while one mighty lip, whew, that was a close one. Got to reach the Vulture before he flies out of range. But how? Uh-oh, my spider sense warned me he's waiting above. It's a trap. But I'll let him spring it. Ha-ha! You blundered right into my trap as I knew you would. Well, mercy me. I'll take you up so high that you will be completely helpless. Even a spider is powerless in the sky. Are you sure you were never vaccinated with a phonographic needle? Your flippancy is wasted on me, Spider-Man. You're just whistling in the dark. I know an icy fear must be gripping your heart right now. Well, I'll admit it, I've had happier moments. Before I drop you, Spider-Man, I want to say I admire your courage. Anyone else would be begging for their mercy. Now I'm almost sorry to have to do this. Yeah, I can see that. You're all broken up. Well, I'm going to tell you a secret. This little party isn't over yet. You pinned my wings with your web. You fool. If I cannot fly, we both will perish. Well, who wants to live forever? I don't want to die. Save me. Saab, do something. Please, please save me. I can't. I'm too busy admiring your tight-lipped courage. Well, anything to stop your moaning. Suppose I spin a little web while we fall. At a time like this, sure, it might be fun. Specifically, make it with a new semi-solid fluid which enables it to act like a parachute. You had this plan in mind all the time. Darn right I did, Curly. I don't depend on my wings to do my thinking for me, like some guy I mentioned. Well, playmate, this is where I get off. I'll let you solo the rest of the way down. If you enjoy it, it could make a great hobby. You haven't heard the last of me, Spider-Man. You mean you're going to flap your lips till the bitter end? When Jameson cusses out Spider-Man for causing chaos in the newspaper, Spider-Man shoots webbing in his mouth before leaving to change back into his civilian disguise. Then he sneaks back into the office and hide out with Betty Brant as Jameson storms through the office trying to get the webbing out of his mouth. Notes: for the first time, a costume villain of Spider-Man, Vulture in this case, returns to face him for a second time. This story begins with a recap of the Vulture's previous battle with Spider-Man in Amazing Spider-Man 2. A number of details in this story should be considered topical references per the sliding timescale of Earth 616. These details include the type of equipment in the prison machine shop, the handheld radio that is used by one of Peter's classmates, the type of camera Spider-Man uses, the typewriters in the Daily Bugle office, and the fact that employees are given pay envelopes. The addresses of Peter's residence is given as a quiet residential neighborhood in Forest Hills in this story. Peter Parker eventually asks Betty Brant out for dinner in Untold Tales of Spider-Man 3. This issue marks the first and maybe only time where Spider-Man used his webs to shoot J. Jonah Jameson up, something seen in the first Sammy Raimi directed Spider-Man film. Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 1, Issue 8, The Terrible Threat of the Living Brain, and Spider-Man Tackles the Torch. Up next.